Xfinty startup race.
Racing teammates of Austin Hill and
Creed has the advantage by about a fender as they hit the banking in turn number one. It'll go back to dead even, side by side, 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back through the top 20, maybe the top 25 off turn two.
everybody breaking out of line, everybody in double wide formation. Austin Hill will lead the lane down low. Sheldon Creed leads the lane up top, and it's the outside line that's going to get the run. Creed is out in front by himself with the lead in turn three.
You got Parker Retzlaff second in line, that outside lane behind Creed, but now he darts back to the bottom lane to pick up his teammate at Richard Childress Racing, Austin Hill, but it's Sheldon Creed out front by himself, side by side through the field behind him.
Parker Retzlaff now leading the turn.
Here it goes around that outside. He's halfway there in the outside group, getting plenty of help in that outside lane. Parker Retzlaff to lead on turn number two.
Driver in 3 wide territory, that's Josh Berry. But mid-pack will climb the banking. Stick nose up there in the car. He needs help. He doesn't have it up front. Parker Retzlaff has all the help he needs, although trying to fend off advances into the Alfredo.
A little bit further back there, you've got Jim Burton running Alfredo in the outside lane with Retzlaff leading on the bottom lane. So it's Retzlaff on the point with Alfredo on the outside. Creed third in line, second on the bottom lane, and Austin Hill as well.
Let's see what they can do.
They're back around the 18th to 20th position. Finally rallying some troops upstairs. Jumping up to the top of the racetrack. Brendan Poole wants to lead that line.
And he will lead that line on 10-2. This pack that's in the outside is in mid-pack territory. Trying to make some hay up front. Meanwhile, Anthony Alfredo is away with the lead all by himself. Jeff Burton trying to break away with second. The Cutthroat Retzlaff is trying to have something to say about that.
And that bottom lane a little bit disorganized. There's a gap between Retzlaff, who leads the bottom lane, and Sheldon Creed, who's second in line. That lane now pulls back to that bumper of Retzlaff. But it's still getting Alfredo and Austin Hill in the top lane.
Racing up is Ryan Truex.
Truex is up to about the 12th position right now. Still some work to do in that extreme high lane. From the back, it continues to be Anthony Alfredo.
They disorganized at the tail end of the top 10. Now Justin Allgaier is going to go up there. Others are going to hop up in 3 wide territory, but they can't make any progress. Some dart back into the middle. But here comes a move from Daniel Hemrick. 3 wide to the outside of Hill and Riley Hurst.
This is the race for about the 7th or 8th spot with Hemrick in the extreme outside that third lane with Allgaier behind him. He's got a couple Toyotas lined up behind him as well. Alfredo still takes the field. Brett Moffitt in the mix now as he leads the middle lane.
Turn one.
Anthony Alfredo continues to show the way. Came into turn one, just a little bit up off the bottom of the racetrack. Now slides back down into low groove. He'll lead the line. Off with Jim Burton.
Leaders on 2. The front 2 broken away in single file formation. Then it's double and triple wide behind them. Here comes a move now for second. Jeff Burton jumps to the middle lane. Anthony Alfredo throws the block. Parker Retzlaff back to the bottom. Bring it back up for second.
Alfredo, or rather Jeff Burton, a little bit frazzled. He nearly got turned off the front bumper of Brett Moffitt in the outside lane. Gathers it in and holds on to the 3rd spot. But Burton in tow gave the 2nd spot back to Retzlaff. Now he's trying to gather it back into the middle lane.
So hold your breath.
Formation here this afternoon in Talladega. Battle is back on for the lead. Retzloff to the bottom on Anthony Alfredo.
Here he comes to the bottom of the racetrack. Parker Retzloff leads the lane down low. Riley Herbst leads the middle lane. Here's Anthony Alfredo. He'll lead the lane top side. Jed Burton rumbles out of the pocket. Starts to run down the inside. He's side by side for second.
And he's got a little bit of help there in Retzloff and Sheldon Creed. Austin Hill back there as well with the middle lane fading, led by Riley Herbst. They're about 6 or 7 in this pack that's too wide on turn 4. Anthony Alfredo leads the top lane behind Brett Moffitt and Sammy Smith.
Sammy's in second.
Place at least for the moment, but Jeff Burton's got other ideas. He's got drafting up down low from Parker Retzloff.
Jeff Burton will slide up. He'll block the middle lane. Jeff Burton all over this racetrack. Very aggressive but clean racing in the early going. Here at Talladega, Burton's going to get a run. He's going to side draft Alfredo in a battle for the lead.
Middle lane surging, led by Jeff Burton, who's got to fall down now and pick back up to Daniel Hemrick, who's second in line in the middle lane. Bottom lane led by Riley Herbst. Now Hemrick drops down to pick up that lane. It's a 3-wide race for the second spot with Hemrick and Jeff Burton. Some very good driving.
Sammy Smith, he needs drafting help, doesn't get it, he's going to fall back outside the top 5, battle for the lead, into the inside, here's Hemrick.
And Anthony Alfredo continues to pace the outside line. Hemrick comes from the bottom, goes all the way up into the middle, side drafting on the outside line, Hemrick back to the bottom, all over the back stretches, Hemrick down low.
The side drafting not working, outside lane just a little bit too strong in numbers right now as the bottom 2 lanes a little bit disorganized and separated, but for now Hemrick able to get a nice run off the exit at turn 4, courtesy of a big push from Jeff Burton. Here comes Hemrick, taking the lead.
And that will slow Anthony Alfredo's leading left list and continue to grow, but 2 wide, 3 wide, it's on, and that's what everybody expects.
It is. In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, you're not allowed to lock bumpers and basically tandem draft. You can hit each other in the bumpers and tap those bumpers and continue to propel forward in a draft. You cannot lock bumpers, and these drivers are moving all over the Talladega Super Speedway, doing some fantastic racing here in the early going. 9 laps complete. Daniel Hemrick is up front.
So here they come off of turn number 4 down to the trial, although you still got Daniel Hemrick leading that outside. Downstairs, he's in the Ford Mustang of Brett Moffitt. He's not really sure what lane he wants to run in right now. He's trying to find a partner as now Hemrick swings back downstairs. Moffitt will pick him up as they exit 2.
Thing is, you notice we're looking at 3-wide racing and have been pretty much since the drop of the green flag here, so we're about to go 10 laps in. Still can't figure out which one is going to be the fastest lane right now, so that's going to be the fun part. But it looks like they're starting to move out towards the wall, maybe kind of abandoning that bottom lane.
Yeah, they certainly have been shuffling things up right now as they continue to work around the bottom of the racetrack to the leaders as they exit turn number 4. That's Daniel Hemrick in that black Chevy, leading Brett Moffitt in the 25. Sam Mayer, Parker Kligerman, Jeremy Clements, and Brandon Jones. 2 of those drivers, Sam Mayer and Parker Kligerman, they had to start at the back of the pack because of unapproved adjustments. They are up more than 20 positions each since the start of this race.
Those drivers certainly wanting to be out front. There's a couple of different ways of looking at it. You either want to be out front so that all the problems that may happen behind you, or you want to just, if you're going to be in the back, stay in the back and let everything happen in front of you and be able to react and move it out of your way. So those drivers definitely want to move their way towards the front and get ahead of the problems that will occur.
Again, keep in mind stage 1 and on lap 25, so you're going to have 15, make it 14 by the time we get to the start-finish line. as they go back into turn number 1, climbing at 33 degrees of banking here at Talladega. 14 laps to go here in stage number 1. Working their way down the back straightaway. It is still Daniel Hemrick, the race leader. Brett Moffitt, Jeff Burton, and Anthony Alfredo, the top 4.
Lap number 12 about to go on the board here in the Ag Pro 300 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. That means we're about halfway through the opening stage of the race.
We now have the answer. What is it, lap 2, lap 3?
Turn 1.
Turn 1. Just start throwing blocks, bottom to the top, back to the bottom, keep everybody behind. That's what Daniel Hemrick's trying to do right now on lap number 12. He leads them down the back straightaway. Brett Moffitt, Jeff Burton, Sheldon Creed, Anthony Alfredo, top 5. Justin Allgaier, Josh Berry, Parker Retzlaff, Brandon Jones, and Austin Hill, your top 10. Where's Austin Hill? I mean, granted, he's 10th, but a bit of a surprise that he's just not out front and blowing away the field, or at least trying to.
Well, I'm surprised he's not. Stretch of the imagination. He's back there now up to the 7th spot in just a matter of the time we were just talking, Jeff.
Well, he's been here, done that before, Mike Bagley, talking about Austin Hill, capable driver, capable team, and a very fast race car.
A race car that sits 3rd in line. Well, now 4th in line on the bottom because Daniel Hemrick slides out of line. Hemrick is throwing blocks right and left. Here's Creed on the move down low.
And Hemrick couldn't throw that block fast enough, or chose not to. The inside lane coming with a head of steam here, 5 deep as they work off the exit of 4, led by Sheldon Creed, Parker Retzlaff, and Austin Hill, with Hemrick still facing the top lane.
Just been complaining that it felt like as soon as he lost the front end of that, or the front clean air of the front of that car, he just has been dancing all over the place. So they're trying to calm him down for Chigandi Street. Just kind of reminded him and said it's a long race. As long as we can keep in touch with the front part of the pack, that's where they want to be. So no real concern right now, although they were really impressed with the outright speed, obviously in qualifying, but for Austin Hill right now, handling issues once he got past there for the lead. So interesting to find out what they do at the end of the stage when they plan on coming down to pit road.
All right, let's get an update on Brett Moffitt. He too, a driver running well inside the top 10, looking good, looking strong early here.
Feels like they've caught up and can actually focus on the task at hand now, and that's to win, obviously. So going forward, he's going to race hard all day. He believes that the only reason they can or will lose track position will be because of a mistake he made. He's confident in that 25. Now he started 10 well inside the top 10 now.
He is, as he rides in position number 7. They're mixing it up from second on back in front of Denny Welch.
Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill back up at the point of the field here, working the outside lane. Parker Retzlaff alone in the middle lane. Only 3 cars down there, rather than Daniel Hemrick. That's all over the top side. 5 cars running up nose to tail.
As everybody looks for a little bit of daylight. Front of the pack, though, it's all Richard Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed leading off the hill.
4 single file, those 4 cars riding the top of the racetrack against the wall. You got Sheldon Creed there. You also got Austin Hill, Chandler Smith, Parker Retzlaff. Behind them, they are 3 wide in turn 3.
Trying to sort it out for the 5th spot on back. You got Hemrick in the middle, Moffitt on the top side, and Sammy Smith now leading the bottom lane, which is beginning to grow in numbers again. About 7 or 8 cars down there. Middle lane, only 3 cars, but everybody's on the top side. That's where you want to be.
on the racetrack. He's got no help, and he is plummeting backwards. Battle for the lead now. Chandler Smith off the bottom.
Chandler Smith on the charge out of turn number 2. He'll lead the middle lane. The bottom lane is empty at this moment. Chandler Smith, though, will dip down there. He'll block an advance by Truex. That run got started down the backstretch.
And it dissolved by the time they hit the banking of turn number 3. Ryan Truex is second in line behind Smith down there on the bottom as they try to gather momentum back in here. But it's still the outside lane. Green, Austin Hill, and Brett Moffitt to take the lead.
His drafting belt. The parachute came out. He went back to the middle of the pack. He's on the rebound again, trying to make the middle work.
All the while, Chandler Smith continues to pound away at the bottom of the racetrack, tracking his way back to the front of the field. Sheldon Creed has a firm lock on the lead with his teammate Austin Hill just giving him a tap off the end of the backstretch.
It's Colin Racing leading the inside lane. Now you got Chandler Smith, Henrik behind him, and Darren Krause in the third car. Third in line in the middle lane as the bottom lane starts to surge once again. Still the outside. It's a top 2 breakaway with the Richard Childress Racing teammates up front.
Position number 4, Alfredo and Chandler Smith.
Looking to surge forward. He's got the bottom of the racetrack right now. He will move forward into a side-by-side battle for second. And now Chandler Smith down low. He is on a piece of the lead.
Meanwhile, the middle lane is led by Justin Allgaier, but the bottom becomes the middle as those that were on the bottom slide up in that middle lane. One driver breaks out into the bottom country. Jeff Burton downstairs all by himself.
He is indeed, and maybe going backwards here because the strength in numbers is in the middle lane and the top lane, of course. A little bit disjointed here at the front of the field. Top 2 with some separation. Moffitt makes the outside lane. He closes back in on Austin Hill and second.
Childress Racing is when it comes to drafting on the super speedways. Yes, they are first and second right now, but they have not been dominating. There's been a lot of cars making their way to the front.
And of course, the other thing you got to add to that, Chris Wilner just told us a moment ago that they're not happy with the way that Sheldon Creed's check that Austin Hill's car is running. That might spell bad news, Dylan Walsh, if they get that thing sorted out.
Well, they're trying. It's Colin Racing on the bottom now. They're side by side with Sheldon Creed in the lead as they hit the trioval.
Chandler Smith becomes the next new leader.
Richard Childress Racing in the middle of the racetrack. Share Kansas and Walton, North Carolina. With the win for the top spot.
Poole just got hung out to dry, but he was able to squeeze in line about 50 in line in the outside line. Sheldon Creed continues to lead. Here's Daniel Henrik. He'll rumble down into 3-wide territory. Justin Allgaier coming up the cut.
This is the race for second, and Henrik is maintaining on the bottom lane. Allgaier in the middle. Creed also drops down to the middle lane to pick up Allgaier, but they're side by